Hi everyone, welcome to 2024 Year in Review webinar. I'm Lindsay, product marketer at Zoho Vault. Today, we'll recap our 2024 journey, highlight our latest product updates, and answer your burning questions. Joining me in the panel are Deepak, our engineering manager, Christopher, head of customer success, Chandramouli, head of marketing, Haridas, lead iOS developer, Siddharth, lead Android developer, Tanveer, senior technical consultant, and Ivan, technical support engineer. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we begin. So this webinar has been recorded and all registrants will receive the recording along with the presentation deck to their email. You can also catch it later on demand at our YouTube channel at Zoho Vault Official. There is a live Q&A session at the end. We encourage your active participation. Feel free to type your questions in the chat box. You can also raise your hand so that I'll give you a mic access. You can also write to us at support@zohovault.com. Here's what we've lined up today. I'll start with a quick overview of Zoho Vault. Then we'll recap of updates in 2024. Next, we'll have a quick live Q&A session. And finally, we'll preview what's cooking for 2025. Zoho Vault is a secure password manager that safely stores, shares, and manages your passwords, cards, certificates, and other sensitive information and autofill them across websites and applications. Zoho Vault is compliant with data privacy, security regulations like GDPR, CCPA, HIPAA, ISO 27001, SOC 2 Type 2, and ENS. Let's look into the security architecture of Zoho Vault. Zoho Vault can be accessed by browsers, extensions, mobile, and desktop apps. So when a user creates an account, they need to set a master password. And this master password is only known to them, and it will not be stored anywhere on our servers. Only the encrypted form of sensitive data will be stored on the data centers across the region. The entire data will be transmitted over HTTPS, ensuring complete security and privacy. To learn more about this, check out Zoho Vault application security page. We have our data centers in Canada, America, EU, Saudi Arabia, India, China, and Australia. With Zoho Vault, you will get a complete password security wherever you go. You can access your Vault account from desktop, Android, iOS, and iWatch. Our browser extension automatically logs you into your websites, autofill passwords in a single click, and remember them all so you don't have to. It also generates strong, unique passwords for all your accounts and protect you from phishing attempts by preventing autofill on suspicious sites. We support popular browsers like Zoho's privacy-focused browser ULA, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Brave, Opera, and Vivaldi. Zoho Vault seamlessly integrates with various Zoho applications like ULA, Zoho Mail, Zoho Flow, Zoho Projects, Zoho People, Zoho Disk, and Zoho Directory. It also integrates with productivity suites, directory services, cloud backups, help desk, SEM services, and supports SSO over 100 cloud apps. You can also build your custom integrations with our REST APIs. Let's see how Zoho Vault stack up against other password managers. With Zoho Vault, you can store unlimited number of passwords, notes, and documents. Zoho Vault offers fine-grained sharing with access control workflow, which allows you to securely share passwords with your team members. You can protect your entire online journey with our secure browser ULA, Identity and Access Management, Zoho Directory, and multi-factor authentication, Zoho OneNotes bundled together with the app. And the best part, Zoho Vault seamlessly integrates with other Zoho applications and third-party applications. So you don't need to juggle between multiple platforms to get your work done. With Zoho Vault, you can stay in control with real-time audit trails and reports, monitor every action in your Vault account, and receive instant alerts for crucial activities. With Zoho Vault, experience the unmatched security and convenience with passwordless login. Access your Vault account with Zoho OneNote or any other FIDO2 certified authenticators like Touch ID, Windows Hello, Passkeys, or YubiKey. And to top it all off, Zoho Vault offers free migration and onboarding assistance. Check out what people say about Zoho Vault. Zoho Vault named as a challenger and fast mover in GigaOM Radar, and rated as one of the best password managers by top reviewing platforms. You can interact with our product experts in person and get deeper insights about Zoho Vault at Zoholics happening around the world. Stay on top of Zoholic updates at zoho.com/Zoholics. And make sure to visit us at Zoholics closer to you. We invite you to try out Zoho Vault and let us know what you think. Please share your feedback on Gartner or any other reviewing platforms. Your insights are important to us and help us improve. Here's a quick link to download Zoho Vault across different platforms. Look at what's new in Zoho Vault in 2024. Zoho Vault desktop app for Mac OS. Experience the full range of Zoho Vault's feature on your Mac with our new desktop app. From secure password storage, sharing with different level access privileges, you can add passwords to Siri shortcuts and favorites. You can also soft delete items and restore it whenever you need it. You can group items into folders and subfolders for easy management. You can handle approval requests. You can create strong and random passwords using our built-in password generator. And you can autofill passwords to websites and applications. You can download it directly from App Store. To learn more, check out our help guide. Multi-account support. Seamlessly manage personal and work account with multi-account functionality. To set it up, simply head over to the Settings tab and Profile to add multiple accounts. Secure Notes. Save random bits of information alongside your logins and other sensitive data with Secure Notes. They are perfect for everyday snippets, recurring reminders, or even one-time trip details. Just click Add and select Secure Notes under Categories. Login Activity Report. Stay on top of security with real-time insights into user, extension, and browser logins, including tracking failed login attempts. Just head over to the Passwords tab and check out Login Activity Report. Card links. Zoho Vault now offers passcard links, a secure way to share account details with authorized users. Passcards provide a complete view of an account, including user, username, passwords, attachments, and more. You can use passcard links in project documentation to specify project-related account details. Go to Password, click the three dots, and select Copy Passcard Link. Master Password Audit. Enhance your account security with Master Password Auditing. Monitor successful and unsuccessful logins, as well as biometric authentication for added protection. Just head to the Audits tab and check out Users and User Groups. Unlock Zoho Vault extension with other authenticators. In addition to Zoho OneNote, users can now easily unlock their extension with popular authenticators such as Touch ID, Windows Hello, Passkeys, and YubiKey. To set it up, simply head over to the Settings tab in the extension, click on Unlock Vault with Authenticators, and add your preferred authenticator. Geolocation restrictions. Admins can now restrict access to Zoho Vault mobile app based on geographic location, enhancing security and compliance with regional regulations. Simply head to Settings tab in the web app and select Geolocation restrictions to set it up. Payment card management. Zoho Vault now supports a dedicated payment card category, allowing users to scan credit and debit card to effortlessly autofill fields. Just click Add and select Payment Card under Categories. These are few highlights of our releases this year, but there's much more. To check out our full list, check out Zoho Vault release notes page. Let's move on to the Q&A session. Drop your questions in the chat box or raise your hand. I'll give you the mic access. We have a question from Rushti. Deepak, would you like to take it up?
So so there are two questions, Vairasti. So first is about how she's asking about how we can use the documents inside Zoho Vault. So the Zoho Vault offers you to use file uploads. So every password you have option to upload a file, but currently we have restrictions on file upload. So you can currently upload files up to 2 MB, and in case you want to upload multiple files, there are restrictions on the numbers, like you can upload only 2 files per password. But these files that you upload, these are also encrypted with the same level of encryption that your passwords are encrypted with. So you can find this option when you go to either add or edit a password. You can, from the more fields option, you can select the file upload and then upload the file to your passwords.
Thank you, Deepak. I hope we answered your question. Christopher, you're on mute, I guess.
Yes, so I wanted to add, like some more information with, which Deepak has mentioned. So as Deepak mentioned, there is also an option that you can also store small files that are less than 2 MB in size, and those files are stored in encrypted form. And additionally, Zoho Vault also has, the features like access control. Since you have mentioned you are using Zoho One in, in Zoho One, we have the enterprise edition of Zoho Vault bundle. So within the enterprise edition, you have access control functionality in the product. So when you share a sensitive password or a critical account with other team members, on top of it, you can implement access control, which will act as a request release workflow. So when someone need access to the sensitive password, they will raise a request in our tool. And then that request has to be approved by the password owner or some other administrators who are configured for the approval workflow, so that the sensitive password is granted access to the user only upon a proper approval mechanism is completed. And additionally, with Zoho One, you also have Zoho Desk. So we have integration with Zoho Desk in our product. So with the integration, we can do two different things. So first thing is we have an extension for Zoho Vault and Zoho Desk Marketplace, where you can install our extension. And without having to switch between tabs, you can easily retrieve passwords from the Zoho Vault, that is from the Zoho Desk user interface. And secondly, we can also automate the approval mechanism I mentioned earlier for the request release workflow with the help of help desk integration using Zoho Desk. And there are also a lot of security controls that we recently implemented, like geolocation restriction that you can configure in our product, and you can prevent access to Zoho Vault from unauthorized locations. So I believe, Rusty, if you could join us, over a session or a call, we can definitely provide a complete walkthrough of the product, and you will certainly have a lot of wow moments with our product as well. And followed by, there is a question from Amy, how Zoho Vault handle changes and resaving new password. So right now, when you want to change, password for any website, so if you have, the website form, which contains, a particular format where it prompts for the current password and new password or confirm password field on the same screen, you can use Zoho Vault password generator on the change password screen. You can generate random password there. And the moment you generate random password and you click save, Zoho Vault extension will automatically prompt you to save the password to the Vault account. So otherwise, when you generate any random password in Zoho Vault and you use it or you copy it, that is copied to our password generator history in our tool. So you can very well go back to the history of our password generator. From there, you can copy the password and you can update the existing credential in our tool. So these are two possible solutions available right now to update passwords when you change them on the target websites and applications. So to answer Carl's question about like setting up a team or department. So Carl, we have like user group functionality in the product. So I'll share the help article with you. So you can create teams or user groups manually in Zoho Vault. And in addition to that, we also have, like functionality to, like integrate Zoho Vault with existing directory services like Office 365 or Google Workspace or Okta. And we also support integration with Zoho People. So you can bring in existing groups or existing structure from these services directly into Zoho Vault as user groups. And we also offer sync functionality, like along with these solutions. So whenever there is a change done in that particular department or user groups on the other directory service, those change will automatically replicate in our product based on the sync interval. I've shared the link with you in the chat section for your reference. In case if you have any further questions, please post them. Oh, and there is another question from Carl about what do we normally do when user is no longer with the company, and what will happen to the passwords that are owned by them or shared with them. So in Zoho Vault, there is a functionality called transfer ownership. So using the transfer ownership functionality, we can take over all the enterprise or business classification passwords that are owned by the user and passwords those shared by that user to other team members. So there will not be any impact on the business passwords that are created by that particular user who has left the company. So even though they are shared, it will remain intact. There will not be any changes to the sharing permissions and others. And there is one more question about when I hire a consultant and they will be with me for weeks or months, how can I share passwords for their duration of work? Yes, right now, we have, like a third party sharing, which is, only a temporary mode of sharing passwords with external users, and it is limited to 24 hours. But in our roadmap, we have plans to, address these scenarios using a functionality or a feature called guest access. So when it is made available in the product, you can add the external user as a temporary user to your system, and they will have access to that. Is you can share required passwords with them, and they will have access to those passwords until you remove them from your setup or until you revoke access to the passwords. So we are expecting to release or implement the guest access feature, so by the next year. So soon you will also hear more information about it in our community and also during our upcoming webinars. I believe there is one more question about file upload, and Hari has asked a question to you, Rusty. Please do respond to it. Hari or Siddharth, if you want to add anything related to that question, please feel free to pitch in.
Yeah. So in both Android and iOS, we do have option to add files. Maybe you're trying to add through quick add, where we just show the limited number of fields, and there will be show more option. When you click that, you will get all options, including file upload option. If you still don't find the option, please elaborate in the comment section. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Siddharth. So as Siddharth mentioned, like when you try to add a password or when you edit a password, so when you navigate to the bottom of the add or edit password form, you have an option for additional fields through which you can upload files. So Carl, there is also one more question where does org admin have access or visibility to recover usernames or passwords from users? Call by default, like organization admin or super admin will not have access to passwords of other team members because a Zoho Vault product, it works on a principle called password ownership and sharing. So which means when any user log on to their system at any point in time, they will have access only to passwords they create in their account and passwords that are exclusively shared to them. So this also applied to Zoho Vault super admin. But with transfer ownership feature in our product, when someone leave the organization, you have that ability to take over the ownership of business passwords. So that even when an employee leave the organization, there is no impact to business passwords and the organization continue to have access to them. So that's the purpose of the transfer ownership and how we handle business passwords when someone leave. So Amy, we will definitely look into, like your suggestion. So I understand, like in an unlikely event, if like if things goes wrong, where like anything that you have stored in Vault should be accessible to someone outside, like your Zoho Vault setup, like an attorney you have mentioned. So we'll like consider this internally, and we'll see if we can. If it is feasible for our model to take it up and implement it in our future. But thank you for your suggestion, Amy. And Rusty, like I have seen that, like you asked whether it is some of these features better accessed in Zoho Vault on laptop or desktop. See, basically all password related operations and, so some of the folder related operations are available or accessible from the mobile application. As far as I know, like when it comes to user management or, like some of the managing some of the product configuration or to track activities of users and password access details through reports. These functionalities are currently available only in the desktop or computer access. So in case if you just simply want to, like add some passwords or share them with other team members, you can definitely handle them through the mobile applications of Vault. So, Masim, for your query about enabling MFA for specific users or specific set of users in the organization, it is very well doable. So in the initial phase, when you enforce multi-factor authentication, it is applied to, like all the users who are a member of your Zoho Vault setup. And once it is enforced, you can select specific set of users who don't require multi-factor authentication. You can select them, and then from more, you can disable MFA for those user accounts. I see, a document has been shared for emergency access. And then I have two super admins. Head of operations. to share password until the owner approves. Like regarding this requirement, I would suggest you to drop an email to our support, because we can look into like the current setup. So basically, when someone reset the master password, in case if it is like it's a multiple user setup, so there will not be any impact like on the enterprise passwords that are stored in our product, provided there must be at least one user with the approved status and they should know the master password of their account. In case if none of the users do not know their master password, or there is only one user in the setup with the approved status and they don't like recollect the master password of their account, then we need to analyze whether there will be any impact on the data that we have stored in the system. So based on it, we can suggest you on the possible solutions. So please write to support at zohovault.com and we'll be glad to help you further on it. Right. So Basim, I believe I've answered your question regarding MFA for selected users. So right now we have an option where you can enforce MFA for all users. Once the MFA is enforced, you can select required team members who do not require MFA. And then from more action on the top, you can disable MFA for the users. Right. So I believe we have answered, like all the questions that are posted in the Q&A. Still, if there are any pending questions, please do, like post them. We'll be glad to answer them. Or write to support@zohovault.com in case if you need more details regarding your query or issues.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, team. We'll wait for a few more minutes for any final questions. You can also raise your hand so that I can give you mic access. You can also write to support@zohovault.com.
So there is a question from Brett regarding the inactivity timeout. So Brett, we are unsure whether you are talking about the complete logout of the Zoho account, or is this regarding like the inactivity timeout for the Zoho Vault master password. So as Lindsay mentioned, like in case if you want to get mic access, we can like provide you one, so we can just verify if any settings have been recently modified or any what settings you have currently applied to the system, and we can recommend.
We have a question regarding inactivity timeout. Was that answered?
Yes, so just now got the response, so we'll see.
Brett, we have not modified anything as far as the functionality of this interactivity timeout is concerned. So I would suggest you to send us an email at support@zohovault.com. We would like to know more details about your browser and the system details, so that we can just try to reproduce and check.
Thank you so much, team. Let's move on. Let's take a quick look at our releases this year. We have rolled out macOS desktop app, added multi-account support, secure notes, login activity report, passcard link, master password auditing, unlock extension with popular authenticators, geolocation restrictions, and payment card management. As I said before, these are few highlights of our releases this year, but we have much more. Check out our release note page to explore the full list. Let's quickly look at what's cooking for 2025. Passkeys are coming to Zoho Vault, giving you a simpler and more secure way to sign into your accounts. Whether you are ready to adopt passkey right away or prefer to use passwords for now, we got you covered. With Zoho Vault, you can focus on getting things done without worrying about how you're logging in. And that's not all. We're also introducing Windows desktop app, outsider password collection, guest access, and more fine-grained restrictions. And that's just the beginning. There are more to come. Stay tuned. You can secure your entire online journey with our security solutions. ULA helps you to access the internet without sharing your personal data with advertisers. Log into your work devices and business applications securely with Zoho Directory. Manage the passwords of shared accounts, cards, software licenses, and other sensitive data with Zoho Vault. And finally, add an additional layer of security with multi-factor authentication for crucial accounts with Zoho OneAuth. This year, we have celebrated a decade of Zoho Vault. Scan the QR code to relive our journey and hear a special message from our CEO, Sridhar Vembu. As you evaluate a password manager for your business, you will have a lot of questions related to privacy, security, support, pricing, and many more. We are here to solve this problem. Check out our evaluation page for stress-free password management experience. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Zoho Vault Official for tips, tutorials, product updates, and more to help get you the most out of Zoho Vault. Thank you for attending our webinar today. For further queries, feel free to reach out to us at support@zohovault.com and follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. Thank you so much.